There's many ways to be successful in the stock market, and your way isn't the only way. Hey guys, welcome back. The theme for this week's video came to me after an interaction that I had this week on Facebook, and it got me to thinking about how some folks believe that their way might be the only way to invest in the stock market. The reality is, there's a million different ways that you can invest, and really ultimately, it's up to you as to what you want to get out of your investments and ultimately the risk that you want to take. Stick around and let's discuss. So, I need to first start out by apologizing a bit for my voice, as well as the little bit of disheveled look that I may have, as it's been a very long couple of days. I play in a band and we played live 3 hours away from home, back to where I originally was living. And so I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit worse for wear. But getting back to the theme of the video, I had an interaction this week with somebody on Facebook, as I had said. And what the discussion was around the stock Fortis. And somebody had made a point about how Fortis was hitting its 52-week low, given that the last few days of the market in the past week really saw stocks drop tremendously. And as this person was pointing out, which is something I kind of agree with, is certain stocks hit those points where you think this is a good buying opportunity for me and the future and what my goals are. Someone else chimed in and talked about the stock, saying that it was still, Fortis was still overvalued, and started talking about price to earnings, etc. And I jumped in on the conversation and simply made an observation saying that if it was an opportunity to average down on your average price of the stock, if you already hold it, then why not? Fortis is one of those stocks, as I've said many times, has a 49-year dividend growth streak, combined annual growth rate in its dividend somewhere in the 6 to 8% range, as well as about a 5 to 7 or 5 to 8% growth within its stock every year for the past number, I believe, 20 or 25 years. And so the comment that I made was simply saying, if this is a good chance for me to average down, and in my goals, looking to the future to dividend payments and supplementing my retirement income, then this was indeed a great opportunity. So why not go out and buy some more? The response back from the person that believed that Fortis was still overpriced was something in the area of being a much more adventurous investor, if you will, and didn't like to be as conservative, as this person found their returns much greater than just investing in the conservative Fortis stock. And there was a very sarcastic comment in the end, basically stating, "But you're getting your 4% dividend, right?" And ultimately, that's what prompted me to make the video. And sometimes I ask myself why I engage, but I do, unfortunately. And my response back to that was what I've always said on this channel: nobody knows the perfect way of investing, because we're all different in what we seek. And this person obviously looks to growth stocks and looks to either growth and or higher dividend paying stocks, if they're into dividend paying stocks at all. But myself, given my situation, and my wife, given her situation, we are looking for the security of dividend income. And that's because of the point we're at in our life and what it is that we desire. And I've said this so many times on here: you need to decide what it is that you want out of your investments. Do you want growth? Do you want growth with dividend? Do you want strictly dividend? And that's why these high yield dividends are attractive to so many people. They're not for me, because I believe there's a bit of an erosion of my capital. But if I strictly wanted dividend income, if I wanted that monthly income, then there's nothing wrong with that, because that is what is your goal. And so, as I said, I kind of got a little bit interactive with this person. And the point that I was only trying to make is we all have different goals in investing, and there's many different ways to get to where we are. And to challenge or mock someone because of what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish is really unfair. And it is something that we all, I think, need to take a step back and look at and say to ourselves, this person is doing what they do. And unless there's some grave concern or some real lack of knowledge, it really isn't up to all of us to question what everyone else is doing if it's different than what we're doing. But I guess that's maybe a bigger conversation given everything that's going on in society today. I guess the message I would leave with is, let's let everyone invest the way that they want to invest, and support and help if they have any questions in the way that they're investing. And I guess the best thing to say, or the best way to wrap up this conversation in a nice little bow, is to say to people out there, investing isn't a competition. You and I are not going against each other to see who is the better investor. Investing is all about you and your goals and trying to achieve your goals. Investing is about trying to get as much information as you can to help you achieve those goals. And so the way that you invest isn't a versus the way I invest. We can all invest in different ways. And at the end of the day, there are not prize ribbons for you or I being first and you or I being second or fifth or 100th. At the end of the day, we are all in a position where we hopefully are successful enough to say, wow, we really did a good job there. We're not going to compare ledgers at the end of the day to say you did so much better than I. And if we are, I think we're investing for the wrong reasons. We're investing for our future. And so get as much information as you can and make a decision as to what it is that you want to accomplish within your investments and stick to that. And hopefully, as I've seen for the most part, generally, everyone that I've come across has been very, very supportive of others that want to learn and get that information. So that's going to wrap it up for this week. And as I always say, this has not been investing advice, but hopefully just a little bit of a chance for you to pause and think about what it is that you're doing. Do you have all the information that you need? If not, get out there and get it. And at the same time, if you are someone that has a lot of that information and can help, help. But we don't need to criticize others in the way that they do things. So, as I ask at the end of every video, if you've enjoyed this video or any of the videos on my site, I would politely ask you to consider hitting that Marksy's Place icon and subscribe to the channel. Again, my apologies for the voice and the look. Until next time, take care and we'll talk to you soon.